I didn't know and nobody told me, and what could I do or say anyway? They said the war is civil. They call it cold. Bombs rain from an assembled cloud of coalition nations. They said we have to stop Iran. They said Al Qaeda. They said ISIS. Most serious journalists cannot assign blame. Sure, it's been reported more than 50,000 Yemeni children dead. A dead child for every hour's fraction since the war began. Sure, Yemeni hospitals have been bombed in 2015 and 2016 and 2016 and 2018. In war's heightened fog, mistakes are bound to happen. Sure, 1 million people have contracted cholera, the same illness that appears in 10 cases a year in the US. Sure, international agencies have written famine and crisis in spirals. And one report briefly mentions mothers unable to summon enough milk to fill the mouths of newborns. Another describes the fate of a mother who used to sell boiled eggs in the morning, now a ceiling of charred blood turned black. And how do I know the sky I look to at night is not also a ceiling of charred blood turned black? And what could I do or say to the memory of this mother or the echo of neighbors who shared eggs in the streets of Sanaa? In American college, they taught me to use "it's complicated" as a sign of intelligence, anchored against the allure of look, to turn away from the crater of limbs and say, both sides, both, both, until it becomes a whisper, until no one remembers what you were talking about to begin with. And aren't I an Arab too? No one told me I would have to choose between all the faces that could be my own. I am not an evil person, just busy explaining why I deserve to be in this lecture hall, in this living room, at this desk, reading an article about Arab children who die on a small plot of theft I can lay claim to. No one taught me some children are called children and some would be called proxies. No one told me that Yemen is Gaza, is ICE contract, is concentration camp in Florence, Colorado. Yes, I did know the taxes I paid when buying concealer to cover the blemishes on my cheek or on groceries that kept my belly full also funded 7,020 paveway bombs. Yes, I voted for the president who authorized the sale. But I looked to the streets and they were quiet. There is so much else to protest. What could I tell people? And if I could not adequately agitate others to count the visible ribs of the child dying on the doctor's table, to hear the screams of lights ending, to hold this sound in a balloon of seething shame, to call this balloon regulation, a refusal of life assignment as gated chlorine. Is it not better to be quiet? I am no expert. I am nobody public. But I saw the bones. I see them. Even with nobody else around, a wind unfurls and lingers. It steams off of windows. The bones are now blinds and all of the aged cement between bricks, and I am sorry. I'm really, really sorry.